Yo, what's going on, guys? And here we are. We got to talk about this Mavericks game. And the Heat are a team that seemingly, are a formidable foe because playoff Jimmy was getting up, and people were questioning the Mavs because the win streak snapped and they kind of faltered, but they're back. And Luka's been on a tear, just doing Luka triple-double stuff, 35, 11, 11. Kyrie at 23 points. Just like I said, this duo is guaranteed over 50 points a night, almost 60 points it feels like they'll give you. Daniel Gafford's just obviously the swatting. It's just so great that they have this Derek Lively Gafford rotation where they have two bigs that do very similar things, and if there is no drop off when one or the other's on the floor, they just do it so well. And the PJ Washington, who somebody might argue, oh, PJ isn't being like the same scorer that he was with the Charlotte Hornets, and that, he hasn't been the guy. I mean, I feel like he's been super efficient. His defense is the best it's ever been, and he's playing like the most winning basketball, seeing a whole other different type of PJ Washington, which is awesome. And I know the bench is still trying to, Dante Exum, shout out, great defender, had a good night, 13 points. I think the biggest question mark is here on the bench, because I know a lot of Mavericks fans aren't happy with Tim Hardaway Jr., who he's hit or miss. It's some weeks he's more misses than hits, but he's the most reliable scorer. It's hard to say that, but off the bench. And then Kleba, okay, so the Tim Hardaway Jr. Kleba minutes, I saw a post on Reddit or somewhere, it's so true. The Kleba Tim Hardaway Jr. minutes when they both aren't having success is brutal. But the Mavericks, I think what they showed tonight is they can shoot efficiently and they can get hot and they can outshoot, any team any given night. They can get to the free throw line with their two stars and Luka and Kyrie, and the other guys all fill in there. And with their two bigs and just that collectively as a whole, this team has been a better rebounding unit. And I always say rebounding, physically imposes your will on your opponent, and you just break them down and you demoralize them. So that's huge always. And for me, I think another thing is they only had 9 turnovers, and they were just being even keel and just taking what the defense gave them. So for me, I think we're just seeing a really good coached Dallas Mavericks team that's, I think, really it could be the dark horse to be the Western Conference representative in the finals. They have the size to annoy Jokic. I think Derek Lively and Gafford, not that they're going to win, nobody can stop Jokic, but I think they're mobile enough and long enough and versatile enough to at least make his life miserable. And then PJ matches up with, Aaron Gordon. And I think that Josh Green and Kyrie and the rest of the team, Dante Exum, really works out there. And they have Derek Jones Jr. Works out for them to be a squad that can match up with Jamal, Contavious Caldwell-Pope, Michael Porter Jr. really well. So that's for me. I think they got the size, the athleticism. They're showcasing the defense, and then they have two shot creators that they know how to score, and then they have the complementary players around there who are willing shooters, even if they're not hitting their shots.